YT's and Star C's was good with y'all, man. Man, oh man, oh man. I thought I had a lot to tell your last video, but this video right here, I don't even, I don't even know where to start. So the last couple of days have been some sort of awakening for me. When I made the video about taking the L, that's the day after that. That's when it. That's when I start like having a feeling of an awakening, and I think it's the way that I learn or the way that I evolve. I believe that in order for me to understand or to grasp something, to reach another level of consciousness is to be humbled. I feel like that's where I learn the most is when I'm humbled. Like I feel like that's what I learned the most. And how can I put this? So basically what I mean by that is when I took the L, I thought I was when I took the L, I thought I was doing something, but I wasn't. Like it wasn't what I thought. And so it kind of like freed my mind a little bit. It's like, oh, so that's how it really is. You know, like I got the concept of things now. So, and to be honest, that humbling made me get some type of balance in my life that I didn't have before. Because sometimes my confidence is very high for a couple of days, and then my confidence is very low for like a 1 or 2 days. But now I can kind of gauge myself, and I kind of got the awareness of okay, my confidence is too low. Let me raise it up a little bit. All right, my confidence too high. Let me lower it a little bit. Let me humble myself. And I think that's what the L taught me is to humble myself, pretty much to the point where I think I'm doing something, but I'm not. But now I know, like, yes, I'm supposed to have high confidence, but at the same time, I have to humble myself, if that makes sense. So, man, and and my mind has been on the roll since then. So, and I made the last video about chasing your fears. And to be honest, when I made that video, I was scared the rest of that day when I made that video about chasing your fears, about me being vulnerable. And then it just opened my mind. Like, like I said, this is a time for me to face my fears, to overcome my fears. like do something that scares me every single day. And so basically that's challenging myself. And a couple nights ago, for some reason, I just woke up at. No, what happened was I was asleep, right? And my mind, it was just like in my mind, I told myself it's 3:33, and I woke up and it was 3:33. It was 3:33 a.m. And I was just like, "Yo, what was that?" And I was up since then, and I was just like, "Wow, that was kind of weird," you know. And I don't want to say weird, but that's like the only way I can describe the situation. But it's not weird. It's I have to find another word. But yeah, like in my head, I was like, it's 3:33, and I woke up and it was 3:33, and I was just like, yo. And I've been seeing that for the last couple of days, and ever since that day, I just been waking up at 3 o'clock a.m. I set my alarm from 5 a.m. to 3 o'clock a.m. And what it taught me was a lesson, so to speak. And I was watching a video, and it was describing, or actually the video was about chasing your fears. And to be honest, I've been seeing those type of videos for a couple of like a week or two now. Like a week or two now. Like basically just telling me to face my fears. And I'm trying to remember what popped it off. Cause actually I've been thinking this for a couple of weeks. Like every day I've been like, I need to do something that scares me today. Or I need to do something that scares me. Or there's something that I'm afraid to do. That I've been afraid of for years now. And then I watched the video on Instagram, and it basically described about how in ancient times Egyptians, how they overcame their fears. And basically it was a test that they put their teenagers to overcome their fears. And I want to use Gemini Man, but I really, well, Gemini Man been out for a hot minute. So if you haven't seen, I'm sorry, it's gonna be a spoiler. Spoiler. So it was kind of similar to Gemini Man, and what the Egyptians did, where they put the person under a test, basically a stress test, and you have you'll go underwater. You'll be underwater, but it's dark, so you don't know what's there. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. So of course, the natural feeling is to be afraid because you don't know what's coming. And the whole point of the exercise was to overcome that fear so you can come up for fresh air, pretty much. And so basically you would dive deep until you get to a certain area. And where that area and in that area there is something that's supposed to make you afraid. And in that area was some alligators. And they described some people seen the alligators and they panicked, so they came up for air. And basically, when you come up from air, like, okay, so let me describe this in more detail. So there's a point A, I want to say it was A through E. There was a point A, B, C, D, and E. Point A is when you dive deep into the water. Point B is when you overcome a barrier in point A, because the way they had the picture was this. Okay, so let's say this is the let's say this is the water, right? So that's point A. So while you dive in the water, there's like a wall right here when you dive in. So once you go up under that wall, that's when you get to point B. So then point C is you keep going straight ahead, and then point D is where you meet the alligators, right? And then point E is when you come back up out the water. There's still another wall right here, and then it's when you come up under the water right here, which is point E, and that's when you pass the test. Most people go A, B, C, and D. They hit D and they come up for air. Now think about that. They get almost to the last point and come up for air instead of going and facing the fear of those alligators and go passing. And they said that a lot of people didn't know that the alligators have already been fed, so they're not going to bother you. They already been fed. They already ate, so they're not going to eat you. You know. And what did I say about the natural predators? When they sense that fear, your ass is done. So they made sure that the alligators was fed. So there's like, oh, okay, all right, he's scared, but I'm not really hungry right now, you know. So, and then they said that if you failed that test, you'll have to go under that same test, but I want to say point D was different. And if you didn't pass, you would receive like a punishment or something like that, or banishment, something like that. So back to what I was saying about fear. So I can't remember what I was about to say. But so that's the thing about fear. Fear is not real. Fear is not real. Fear is a feeling. A feeling is an emotion. An emotion is something that we can't control. We are the masters of our emotions, like I said in the last video. So, in order to overcome fear, you have to realize that fear is not real, it's inside your head. Fear is, and it comes from a very young age. Fear comes from what you was afraid of when you were a child. And over time, that fear just kept growing and growing and growing. So once you understand the concept of fear is not real, you will understand how the world works. Fear is not real. So if fear is not real, nothing is real in this world. And I know some people don't understand that, but nothing in this world is real. And I rewatched The Matrix. I've been watching The Matrix since I was like 9, 10, 11. And I finally started grasping the concept of the Matrix. And that's basically what the Matrix tells you. Everything that's real is fake, and everything that's fake is real. Think about it. all the sci-fi. I've always said this. Think about the Sci-Fi Channel, what they used to have the Sci-Fi Channel. Sci-fi stands for science fiction. The definition of science fiction is things that haven't happened yet. But in reality, this stuff has already happened. They just tell us that it's fake. And what I just say, fake what's real is fake, and what's fake is real. It's backwards. We live in a backwards world. We live in a backwards world. So what's real is fake, and what's fake is real, and that's the message I got from watching The Matrix again this morning. So the world that we're living in is not real because basically, literally, you can do anything that you want. You can literally do anything that you want, bro. And think about it. What's real is fake, and what's fake is real. Think about it. When you're manifesting, is that real or is it fake? Let's say you want a Lambo and you envision yourself driving a Lambo, right? What is that? That's not real. That is fake. So if you keep envisioning you driving a Lambo, soon enough, you're going to envision yourself. You're going to be driving a Lambo. And that's the law of attraction. You have to have a creative imagination. And imagination is what? It's not real. Just like when our parents told us to stop having imaginary friends. Because after a while, guess what was going to happen? You see where I'm going with this, bro? Like everything that we're in is not real. It's not. We are living in a simulation. We control our destiny. We control our faith. We control everything that we do. We literally control everything that we do. So that's what I have to say. Like, this world that we live in is not real. And I finally grasped the concept. So I'm going to transition into dreams. And I remember I posted a video about, does dreams tell the future? So here's my take on dreams. And I got this from a live stream that I listened to this morning. And basically, a lot of people were sharing their dreams. So here's the thing about dreams, or here's my take on dreams here. Either you astral travel, and I'm not sure if this is the same thing I'm finna say, or this is the same meaning. I believe that, no, it's not the same thing. Either you astral travel, or you travel to other dimensions while you're having dreams. And I believe the difference is when you astral travel, basically you're astral traveling, you leaving your body and you going, you know what I'm saying, somewhere that your spirit is telling you to go. And when you travel in other dimensions, you travel other dimensions to gain information. And I believe it's the type of spiritual being that you are. Yeah, and I believe it's the spiritual being that you are. And the reason why I say this is because I want to say this was a couple of months ago. I had a dream where I was riding on the highway. I had a dream that I was riding on the highway, and I was riding on the highway passing cars, and there was this place that looked like a water park. It was like a water park somewhere, and it had a little fountain where the water was sprouting out in like a little arch. And next thing you know, I ended up there in the water park, and all of a sudden I was in a pool. And when I was in this pool, I was accompanied by some of my family members. And next thing I know, I dove deep into the water, and I seen them from above, or from below, rather. And I believe that was the end of the dream. So, a couple of days ago, I was riding on the highway. I was right on the interstate, and I seen the exact same place I had a dream about, with the freaking water fountain that had the arch. And I was thinking about my family members that was in that dream at that same time. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, yo, was that was all was that was that what I was dreaming about? So I don't know what the message is about the water fountain, the same place that I dreamed about. But like I said before, Freud, the psychologist, talks about this in the interpretation of dreams, about how people have dreams about places they've never been to. So I still have to do some more research on that. But yeah, in my dream, I just traveled to a dimension, and basically that's really time travel. You traveling to another dimension. That's basically what time travel is. And basically, we are like, I don't know if I want to say it. Basically, we are like the time machines, and we travel to other dimensions. Or we astral travel. And while we're traveling, we gain the information. But that's the video for today. Make sure y'all take care of your body, your minds, and your souls. Make sure you live every day like it should last. Take every moment as an opportunity to become better. All right, man. Much y'all. Love. Peace.